In this video, I'm going to be recreating this recipe that I found on Facebook. And here is my Walmart grocery delivery from this morning, as well as some of the ingredients I'm going to be using in tonight's dinner. First, I'm going to be starting off by cutting up all of my peppers and onions. I decided to use a variety of colors just to make it nice and fun and flavorful. And no, I am not the best at slicing and dicing, so this actually did take me a while to do. And I really wanted to try to get as many of the seeds out as possible so that the recipe wouldn't be very hot. Next, I'm going to be adding all of these to this bowl and setting it aside, and then adding it in once I get my ground beef cooked up. This is the ground beef that I'm going to be using, and I did get it from Walmart. And I will be using 2 pounds just to make sure that there is enough meat in it. And I'm just spraying my pan with olive oil so that everything is nice and it doesn't stick. And I'm just adding the meat in. I'm going to let it brown for a while, and the water is boiling now. And I'm going to be using a bow tie pasta for this. Once the ground beef is all nice and cooked up, I drained the grease off and added all the peppers and onions into it. This is the tomato paste that I'm going to be using for this recipe. I made sure to get the exact one from the picture that I saw on Facebook just to be safe. And I was really not sure on how much to add, so I probably added too much, but too much is never too bad. I decided to go with a salsa con queso instead of the Velveeta cheese that was recommended. I don't know why, but I just could not bring myself to buy that big block of cheese for like $8. So I got a great value brand of salsa con queso, and I'm really hoping that it works out, even though I decided to go a cheaper route. And I got the exact same heavy whipping cream from the photo as well. And once again, I really was not sure how much to add, so I just added it all in and honestly hope for the best. Because the screenshots really didn't have measurements, they just had the ingredients that were needed. So I kind of just experimented a little bit with this, but surprisingly it came out pretty good. And I'm just mixing everything together, just stirring and waiting for it to all kind of simmer down. And I'm still waiting on my pasta to be done so I can add it in as well. And I kind of got paranoid because the ground beef and combination mix did not look like the photo, so I just added more cheese and more tomato paste until it kind of looked like the consistency and color of the photo. And I added in the last of the heavy whipping cream. Experimenting actually does help. Gave it some final stirs and just let it simmer. The paranoia was really starting to get to me at this point, so I just kind of just let it go and just let the pasta be. Next, I am starting on my pasta, and I do add olive oil to the water just so the noodles and stuff don't stick. And this is the bow tie pasta that I'm using, and I got from Walmart. I'm just adding it to the water and letting it boil. This is what it looks like all mixed together. I'm adding my cooked bow tie pasta to the concoction. I'm going to stir it all in. And finally, I'm going to be adding my spinach to the mix. Once this is all added, I'm going to let it cook down. And it's going to kind of combine itself into the ground beef mix and the bow tie pasta. You really got to trust the process at this point because it's going to pay off once the spinach cooks down, and it's going to be really good. And here's the final look of the pasta once everything has cooked down and simmered for a while. I am just giving it one good stir and kind of tasting it a bit to make sure that it's how I like it, and see if I want to add any seasonings or anything, but it was pretty much good and done, and I'm just ready to plate and serve. And here are the plates that I made for my twins. They are almost 2 years old. And here is my plate, ready to eat. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. Bye.